The crowd is assembled at BMO. Harris Bradley Center looking for a Bucks victory. Here in Milwaukee, and we've got it right here for you on 2K Sports. And for the Milwaukee Bucks, they come into tonight's game after the loss. So Detroit will get the first possession. All right, let's set the floor. Courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. And Detroit, looking at who they've got. Jennings and Meeks in the backcourt. Andre Drummond is out there with Ilyasova. And it's Morris in at the small forward. Shot clock at 6. Drummond with it. Now defended by Carter Williams.
Boy, that was a violent throw down there.
You're telling me.
I mean, it's almost like he doesn't like the rim. And really, last season was one of improvement for the Pistons. They were able to shoot the ball better and better as the season wore on. Overall, they cut out the little mistakes that had bothered them back in 14.
Meeks with the steal. Outside Jennings. The pass to Drummond. It's back to Jennings. Misses the layup. He had him with that pump fake. As I said, Greg, the Pistons were a team that showed marked improvement. And, Clark, they did clean up their play style as well.
Yeah, they got better from 2014 to 15 in terms of upping their assists and cutting down the turnovers. Just made it a much more enjoyable game to watch the way they play.
Here's Ilyasova. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
And, guys, how about Ilyasova last season shooting the basketball? Always a decent threat to score. His improvements in efficiency were amazing. He increased his field goal accuracy from 41 to 47% in only 1 year.
And both free throws good for Ilyasova. And we were talking about Ilyasova. There's a reason his field goal percentage went up last season. It wasn't necessarily better shooting. It was probably better shot selection.
And I think the scheme played to his strengths. Lots of ball movement, penetration, kicking out to open spot-up shooters. Ersan showed us that's his kind of game. Making 2 hands for safety. That's what they say, right, Kevin?
Yeah, that's right. You got it. And he was ultra safe with that dunk.
No reason not to be.
And, guys, as he should be. Remove all doubt on that attack.
Now here's Jennings. It's Meeks outside. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
A good open look, and he splashes home the 3.
If you're just tuning in, we've played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. And Henson kicks to Middleton. This one for 3. That's good. Middleton's got his first 3 points of the game.
And how about that, responding to the three-pointer against them with a quick one of their own.
Terrific little tay-to-tay going on right now. Back and forth. Here we go.
Now here's Drummond. He kicks to Meeks. Shot clock at 5. Another 3 for Detroit.
A wide open 3. They need much better communication defensively.
Carter Williams with it. Kicks it down to Middleton. Rebound by the Pistons.
No one to blame on that one but himself. You get looks like that, you've got to take advantage.
Now, here's Meeks. Defended by Middleton. Got it despite fading back a bit.
They're off and running. Good start here. They've knocked down 4 of their first 5.
And here is Carter Williams. Inside. And Craig Monroe with the slam.
Man, can you always depend on him or what to lead you to the right place with that pass? Money.
Now here's Jennings. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Ilyasova sets a screen for Morris. Stolen by Monroe. Pass break, Milwaukee. Antetokounmpo running. Oh, they keep the ball out of the cylinder, but pick up a foul in the process. 2 shots at the line.
Shooting for Milwaukee.
Yeah, really strong offensive thrust there, but then how about the defense able to negate that attack?
Yeah, doing exactly what he had to do right there, Greg, to make sure he wasn't going to get flushed on or Instagrammed.
Middleton hits them both.
And boy, how good was Chris Middleton last season? I mean, always a deep shooter who could stretch the floor. He hits the weight room in the offseason and became a much stronger defender. Now, he's one of the more promising 3-and-D guys in the league.
And so it's Milwaukee with it after the basket by Detroit. Carter Williams dishes to Monroe. And the layup's good off the glass. Monroe's got his second bucket.
I mean, if the defender is going to play off like that, then you know what's going to happen. There are going to be points put on the board.
Now here's Jennings. Over in the corner, Meeks. Henson against Drummond. Feeds to Meeks. Shot clock at 3. No good on the 3. The Bucks have gone 5 of 6 so far from the field to start out the game. Carter Williams kicks to Monroe. Dishes it to Antetokounmpo. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
Flying high and throwing down the hard one-hander.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys.
And really, he does that one as well as anyone. Kev, you're right. That's like his signature move once he goes airborne.
Jennings kicks to Morris. Stolen by Henson. Moving it up. And Antetokounmpo slams it in.
Excellent work there in transition.
Yeah, I think it's always better to go early in transition, to attack when it's there, because oftentimes you can beat the defense down the floor.
Jennings passes to Morris. Pass to Drummond. 5 to shoot. Meeks outside. The shot is good. And so is his shooting tonight. 3 for 4.
And both teams on fire from the opening tip.
Well, I don't doubt it, Greg. We're going to have an entertaining game of basketball here today. I mean, I think it's pretty obvious that's the case.
Out to Monroe. Henson against Drummond. Makes it off the glass. Henson's got his second bucket of the night.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg, they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
It's stolen by Antetokounmpo. He dishes it to Carter Williams. Over to the left wing. Poke loose. An even 3-on-3 break. Here's Jennings. And the rejection by Antetokounmpo. Fast break, Milwaukee. Now Carter Williams. Back to Henson. Outside for Carter Williams. Outside, Antetokounmpo. Off the pick. It's deflected. Here's Jennings. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard.
You know, 9 times out of 10, he's going to knock that one down. He'll spray that one on you.
Now, here's Antetokounmpo. To the wing right side. Here's Meeks. Count the bucket, coming off a perfectly placed assist. Meeks got 11 points.
Strong start here early. 4 of his first 5 made.
Middleton outside. Launches it. And a great assist by Carter Williams as that one goes in. Carter Williams has got his 3rd assist on the night.
And I think everyone knew the Bucks would be much improved last season. But to see the jump into the middle of the playoff picture, I think that took everybody by surprise.
Major defensive lapse right there. I mean, he's not a player you can leave open for a jump shot. You've got to stay attached to him. They're lucky he couldn't punish them for it.
Now, here is Monroe. And there's the feed to Henson. Pass to Carter Williams. Just 5 to shoot. The drive by Monroe. That one wide left.
I tell you what, the defense should send Christmas cards for that miss.
Morris dishes to Jennings. After 2 misses to start the game, he's on the board with that shot made. For the Bucks and their improvement, usually you see incremental progress. Even after losing key players, Clark, they shot up the standings.
And part of that, Kevin, was just growing as a team, coming together, and also improving the roster. Another part was that they were better than their record showed 2 years ago. Player development is part of the improvement.
Not fazed at all by having a bigger defender on him down low, and I really thought he would be.
You know, at first glance, you wouldn't think that he'd be comfortable in that particular situation, but, boy, I tell you what, he didn't look like he was out of his element at all right there.
Here's Henson, and 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one, drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. Clark, when you take a look at John Henson, you see one thing, length.
Yeah, a lot of it, too. I mean, he measures 6'9" with a 7'5" wingspan at the 2012 NBA Combine. His standing reach is actually 3.5 inches greater than that of Anthony Davis. Wow.
Wow, that's right. And the Pistons, an entirely new group now out there. Jackson against Carter Williams. There's the dish to Caldwell Pope. They set the pick. Johnson, a wide open look. Can't tie it up as that one misses.
And talking about Henson, obviously the great length helps him as a shot blocker. The young center is also very quick off his feet. He's averaged around 2.5 blocks a game over the past 2 seasons. He's also been contributing some as a rebounder, though really needs to add some weight to kind of take it to that next step.
Getting back to Henson, last year was an odd one for him. I mean, he was starting. Then in February, he was benched in favor of Zaza Pachulia. That might be a hint to Henson that he needs to put a little more work into his game to maintain a place in the rotation.
Johnson for 3. Again, Johnson missing. Bucks leading by 4. Middleton with it. He's got 8. Carter Williams kicks to Monroe. To the paint. Tipped away. The Bucks need to get a shot off here. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. Pistons trailed by 4. Jackson passes to Caldwell Pope. Pass to Baines. Here's Johnson. Got it off in time, but it's no good. And that does it for the first quarter. The Bucks on top, up 4. And we'll get going after this from the BMO Harris Bradley Center.
And now your Milwaukee Bucks answer.
All right, the second quarter beginning in just a moment. And look what we've seen from Milwaukee. What do you think, guys?
Just the start they're looking for in this game. Solid offensively through the first.
Very crisp and sharp. Not much stagnation at all on offense.
Milwaukee leading by 4. At the 2 and the 3 are Mayo and Parker. Then it's Miles Plumlee. Then it's Jared Bayless. And it's Inglis in at the 4. So that's who Milwaukee starts the second with. And Caldwell Pope gets the basket. Caldwell Pope's got the opening basket here in the second quarter for the Pistons. And Bayless kicks to Mayo. Plumlee with the screen. It's stolen by Johnson. Here's Caldwell Pope. And it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it. He'll shoot one more at the free throw line.
An excellent display of passing out there, fellas. I mean, 8 of their last 10 points have been assisted on.
And they just keep finding the open man.
Bucks call timeout.
And guys, you know, Antavius Caldwell Pope, this guy screams potential at you. I mean, perfect size and length and speed for a 2-guard. He plays both ends. Right now, it's all about consistency for him.
And Milwaukee calls their first time out of the game. On the topic of Caldwell Pope, he's the kind of guy who needs a year to feel his way around. In college, Greg, you may recall he showed dramatic improvement between years 1 and 2. The same thing has been true in the pros.
Yeah, and he has everything going for him. I mean, excellent outside shot, tremendous defensive tools. He just needs to add some strength and stay in attack mode to reach the next level in his development.
The Bucks trail. Now Bayless. Plumlee attacking. Got a piece of it. Caldwell Pope dishes to Tolliver. On the wing, Johnson. Kicks to Caldwell Pope. 4 on the clock. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D.
Milwaukee ball.
It's a neck-and-neck game here in Milwaukee. Here is Bayless. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change.
And guys, right now, the defense mentally not there. Can't afford too many of those in a close game like this.
Yeah, Jay, you're right. Almost a free run, don't you think? Clark to the hoop for him there.
Momentum can swing on plays like that, Kevin, especially when the finish has that much thunder on it.
Jackson passes to Caldwell Pope. Shot clock at 6. The Pistons need to get off a shot here. And Baines gets to Caldwell Pope. And they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot. 24-second violation. Well, for Detroit, their last game a loss to the Heat. Now the pass to Parker. Mayo dishing to Plumlee. Shoots the 3. Shot by Mayo is no good.
But sometimes it's more about what the defense is doing. On that possession, they were all over him on the perimeter.
Milwaukee in the lead. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. Well, for Jabari Parker in his rookie year, not the kind of NBA career start that he wanted. Played great. Was probably the rookie of the year up until the time he was injured, blowing the knee and cutting his season short.
A great call. He definitely would have had a great chance. Really just made a transition seamlessly. Very efficient as a rookie before that injury, but which was a really tough thing to watch for anyone as he was showing so much promise early on in his career.
Jackson passes to Johnson. Jackson drives in. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more.
Shot's good.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Everybody on the same page, completely in sync. Tremendous communication and awareness.
Detroit making a switch here. Drummond's checked in. Well, Milwaukee last year became just the 9th team in NBA history to go from Greg being the worst in the league to a playoff team.
Unbelievable what they accomplished. And they had a tough matchup in the first round with the playoff season Bulls, however. Things didn't go well, but they did get some valuable experience from that effort.
Shooting for Milwaukee.
Well, as you said, guys, I mean, the Bucks struggled early in their series against the Bulls, but they got the momentum and forced a Game 6, but then were blown out at home to end the series. Ended up losing by 54. That's right, 54. Wow.
Ilyasova, he's checked in for Detroit. Jackson kicks to Drummond. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2.
And as you said, the Bucks lost on their home floor. One thing about that series is the Bucks introduced their new logo. They gave away free playoff tickets to anyone that turned in their old red gear. Not a bad deal in my book.
Brandon Jennings, he's checked in for Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. And guys, Andre Drummond has made quite an impression in the early stages of his career. Clark, you were just talking about that. Greg, I don't think anyone felt he would have such an impact this fast.
Yeah, I mean, he's already a mountain of a man among boys. I mean, it's hard to believe when you look at this guy out there. He's only 22 years old.
Well, they're still early in the quarter, and they're only 1 foul away from being over the limit.
Marcus Morris is checked in for the Pistons. And almost 4 minutes gone here in the second quarter of play. Feeds to Drummond. Now here's Ilyasova. Guarded closely. Plumlee with the rebound.
Going back to Andre Drummond, some say there aren't any true centers entering the NBA these days. But I look at Andre, I look at DeMarcus Cousins, Joel Embiid, Karl Anthony Towns, and I think to myself, what are these people talking about?
Here's Plumlee. Here's Bayless. Not enough on that one as it misses. Pistons trailed by 3. Here's Jennings. No good. The Bucks go the other way with it.
And talking about Andre Drummond, I remember when he fell to number 9 on draft day. All sorts of experts were making excuses as to why. But even then, there was this eerie feeling that some teams had made a huge mistake in passing on him. And that feeling turned out to be correct.
And that one's good. Mayo's got his first points of the game.
And in college, guys, Miles Plumlee had an unusual competitor at this position. It was his younger brother, Mason. I mean, they actually had to compete against one another for playing time.
And the Pistons decide to take their first timeout right here. Greg, going back to those Plumlee brothers you were talking about, there is competition. And then, Clark, you know, there's this friendly rivalry that'll always exist.
Yeah, the brotherly competition, if you will. They have similar bodies and share some of the same attributes as well. Drafted in back-to-back years, both toward the end of the first round. A lot of parallels.
A lot of similarities, you're right. A platoon swap here for Milwaukee. Jody Meeks, he's checked in for Detroit. Outside Jennings. Morris a screen. Dishes it to Meeks. It's back to Jennings. Detroit, no good that time either. Milwaukee leading by 5. Middleton dishes to Carter Williams. To the inside. Monroe. And he uses both hands to jam it in.
And very little fight put up by the defense as he made his way to the bucket for the jam.
They did seem to take the cautious approach, Greg, when it came to defending that one. You're right.
And, guys, it's not the time for caution now. I mean, they've got to be aggressive and take some risks to see if they can cut that lead down.
Yeah, it's such a sweet three-point stroke there. And it can really open things up inside because as good as he shoots it, it forces the opposing bigs to have to step out on the perimeter.
Henson a screen on Jennings. Henson's shot is off.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
And it's Drummond with the jam.
How about that fantastic finish and the aggressive move, too, Kevin?
Trying to send a message, Clark, with that slam, I think.
And I'm not sure if it was text or email, but he definitely threw that one down.
Now here's Carter Williams. Henson sets a screen for Middleton. And it's off from three-point range.
Well, that defense went from poor to no defense at all.
And when he's open like that, you don't see him miss those looks very often.
Here's Carter Williams. And here is Antetokounmpo. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it 3.
Yeah, heard the whistle and then kept his focus and able to still knock it down.
And, Greg, to be able to take the bump like that and maintain control, that's not easy to do. I know you're kind of a little fella, but I was a big guy when I played, so I know how difficult that is. That was impressive.
I see.
Now here's Jennings. Morris a screen. Knocks it loose. Stolen by Monroe. And it's Antetokounmpo penetrated. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
Exactly. The defense determined not to allow the easy layup right there. They'll settle for making him earn the free throws.
And Greg Monroe really has had a good young career despite playing out of position for much of it. He has the size and skill set of an agile center, but was made to play power forward in Detroit once they drafted Andre Drummond, and that took some getting used to.
Antetokounmpo passes to Henson.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, I remember GA as an irritant. And this guy, much like Greg, creating havoc out there.
Time called here. The Pistons decide to talk it over.
You know what? I think he had to call timeout right now just to get his guys to regroup because they were really ragged out there.
Yeah, they've got to get some things straightened out. And sometimes the best way to do that is with a timeout. They look to be overwhelmed right now.
Jennings against Carter Williams. Outside Jennings. He feeds it to Ilyasova. Beyond the arc. The shot's good on the assist by Jennings. Jennings has got 6 assists in the game. Carter Williams kicks to Henson. There's a screen. For 3, Middleton. Rebound, Detroit.
Well, it looks like he's cooled down a bit after hitting those 2 in the first quarter. Meeks
with it. Out guarded by Middleton. Bucks leading by 5. Now here's Carter Williams. He kicks to Monroe. Good D by Drummond.
Oh, that's terrific defense there. That's how you protect the rim.
That one goes. Count it.
Assisted.
Now it's just a 3-point Bucks lead.
Wow, what a pass there. He made that a very easy basket with that setup.
Carter Williams dishes to Henson. Back to Carter Williams. 5 on the clock. Pass to Henson. 7-foot shot. And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. Aaron Baines, he's checked in for Detroit. Tolliver comes in for Ilyasova. Outside Jennings. Blanketed by the D. Fights to the rim for the layup.
You know, huge height advantage there, but because of the great body control, he's able to cancel it out.
Agreed. The body control essential in that situation. I mean, if you're giving up a bunch of height, then you better be able to manufacture things in the air.
And trying to come up with a highlight reel finish, somebody forgot to finish it.
Here's Meeks. And Henson sends it back. And it's the Bucks on the break. Here's Middleton. And the bucket counts, and he's on his way to the free throw line. Try to make it a 3-point play.
Looking to go inside here. That's a good way to try to chip away at this lead. I mean, it's kind of like in football, the running game. Power that thing into the paint.
Here's what Detroit's going with right now. Johnson comes in for Morris, and it's Caldwell Pope in for Jody Meeks. Jennings kicks to Caldwell Pope. He dishes it to Tolliver. The 3 from Johnson. Another 3 for Detroit.
And he has really come to life here after a slow start in that first quarter. And Detroit with a 32-50 record last season. They didn't have any help from the schedule. They had a total of 22 back-to-back series on the year, tied for most in the league.
Solid work on the back end of that play.
Yeah, finished hard with two hands on the stuff.
Yeah, nothing extravagant, guys, but again, no need on that one.
Well, he just hasn't looked right to me. A bit out of sorts, if you will. Something's off with his mechanics, at least as I look at it.
Now Detroit moving it up.
That is such good work to make this a one-possession game. Terrific steal to get it all started.
And it's one thing to get the steal, but to so alertly turn it into a transition opportunity, even better.
And Craig Monroe with the slam.
What a smart pass by Carter Williams right there.
Greg, as you just said, the Pistons had a ton of back-to-back games. 44 were part of their back-to-backs, over half their schedule. Clark, they went 15 and 29 in those games.
And that's part of the reason why the NBA wanted to examine the schedule. I mean, it was a tough year for the Pistons. It's hard to get any momentum when you're playing that many back-to-backs.
And here is Carter Williams following Brandon Jennings' three.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
Yeah, tit for tat on the glass. Just one more aspect of what's been a very closely contested ball game here.
Milwaukee's gone 0-3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. Carter Williams kicks to Henson. Jennings again. Carter Williams. The feed to Monroe. And he bangs it home with one hand.
Rising high to throw that one down.
Sky high. Fantastic one-hand jam.
Nice way there, guys, to finish up that possession.
Tie game in Milwaukee. And don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of the third quarter.
And now your Milwaukee.
Here we go now, the start of the third quarter, welcoming you back in a closely contested first half so far.
Talk about being on his game. Look at the numbers for Ilyasova. He's got 14 points, and he's done a little bit of work behind the arc. He's got a pair of three-pointers.
And you know what? The defenders have that in the back of their minds now. They'll be on him a little tighter.
The third quarter now beginning. Both sides looking to pull away in the last half of the game. Checking out the group for Stan Van Gundy to start the second half. Jennings and Meeks in the backcourt. Marcus Morris is out there with Ilyasova. And it's Drummond in at the 5 spot. And John Henson with the slam.
Tell you what, you gotta love his aggressiveness finishing inside like that.
Well, his leaping ability, Clark, gives him a great advantage.
And that's why they look to get him the ball around the rim. It's either a dunk or free throws every time.
Now here's Carter Williams after the miss from Andre Drummond. Antetokounmpo passes to Henson. The inside shot. And the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a three-point play.
Yeah, starting the second half nicely there. Love those easy lay-ins to get things going.
He's gone 2 for 2 at the line so far. Well, last season, the Pistons didn't reach the playoffs for the 6th consecutive season. They're making progress, but as we can all see, still have a lot of work to do.
Yeah, you know, they were spoiled for a while there. How about going to the playoffs for 1996 to 2009? So it's been a rough stretch here of late. But you get the feeling that the building blocks are in place for another push.
And here in the second half of play, we're just over a minute in. Jennings dishes to Drummond. So the whistle blows on the shot, and 2 free throws for the contact right there. Drummond, a bit of a disappointing season last year. Not so much in play, but people wanted to see a bigger leap from him. Now his numbers are still pretty jaw-dropping. but I think he's got so much there to give.
He has a lot of potential, Kevin. And listen, I don't think his play was bad. He just had such huge expectations to live up to. I mean, player development is not a straight line, and it would have been very hard to have him take another huge leap forward. Sometimes you have that sophomore jinx, but I'm expecting a big year from him this season.
Monroe sets a screen for Carter Williams.
And after defending on the shot, he doesn't give up on the play. Follow that straight to the glass for the rebound.
The Pistons working the ball around now. Drummond with it. And it's Henson picking him up. 6 on the shot clock. It's Jennings with the drive. And they take the lead. Jennings has got 9 points.
You know, for Drummond last season, his numbers were relatively the same. The expectations placed on him were so hard for him to live up to. Maybe now those will be tempered a bit and he'll play better.
And Clark, as we approach the fourth quarter, still anyone's ball game.
Yeah, exactly right, Kevin. I mean, these teams just simply keep trading baskets and as a result, trading the lead.
Yeah, neither team able to create much of a cushion.
Jennings kicks to Meeks. Jennings against Carter Williams. Over to the wing. Here's Ilyasova. That one off the back iron and out.
And another thought on Drummond, a lot more was expected of him last year, and he saw more attention. Even though his numbers were close to the same, I really felt his impact on the floor was not.
Now here's Jennings. 9 points in the game so far. But Trey, that's in for his 5th make of the night. Now shooting at a 50% clip, 5 for 10.
A wide open 3. They need much better communication defensively.
Here's Carter Williams. Passes it to Henson. And a great assist by Carter Williams as that one goes in. 14 points now for Henson.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
And, Greg, you know, the defense has been very slow to adapt. I mean, that's 10 straight points now inside.
Now a timeout called by Detroit. Bucks are a strong team last year at home to start the year, certainly. The whole league was marveling at their start. Much improved, Greg, from the season before, but fell off, Greg, a touch late in the season.
And, Kevin, credit Jason Kidd. I mean, he got this team off to that great start, particularly at home, and they built some confidence, and that helped propel them into the playoffs. Sad to say they were still near the bottom of the league, though, in attendance.
Jackson, who's checked in for Brandon Jennings.
One more time, let him hear it.
Carter Williams against Jackson. To the paint.
Oh, wow.
That's a beautiful jam.
Talk about putting something extra on it. That dunk was way over the top.
Close game or not, Clark, you know, he's going to finish firm when he gets the space.
I'm startled that he would even try something like that at this stage of the game.
To the wing right side. Clock at 6. Here's Henson. Shot is off. And it's Detroit the other way. They can look forward to the Rockets arena after this matchup to take on Houston. That'll be just the second of 7 away from home.
That's a weapon they've been allowed to use at will to date.
Yeah, the defense struggling to take that away from him.
Now here's Carter Williams. Monroe with it. The dish now to Henson. Jackson comes over with the double. Here's Carter Williams. Detroit with the rebound. Drummond's got his 4th rebound in this one. Clark, this offense has really been clicking.
No doubt about it, giving the defense all kinds of trouble.
And they know it, guys. They're playing right now with the kind of energy that is hard to deal with.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Sure could, Kev. I mean, too many empty trips. They need some points.
Monroe, right side. That's tipped and stolen by Drummond. Morris against Carter Williams. Pass to Drummond. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot two.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
No question about it, Greg. I mean, a ton of contact and a good call by the officials.
And the first one drops.
Checking out the game Andre Drummond is having. He has 8 points, and he was able to come up with 1 steal, too.
You know what? He's been a difference maker defensively today, Clark. He's disrupted more plays than the stat sheet will show.
Now here's Carter Williams. Kicks it to Henson. To halt the run.
He is one guy you do not stand in the way of when he decides to attack the rim.
Pistons leading by 3. Jackson passes to Drummond. Jackson kicks to Ilyasova. Back to Jackson. Drummond with a screen on Henson. To the middle. And it goes out of bounds. And last touch by Carter Williams.
And you know what? Just a little too much heat on that pass for him to come up with the steal.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, that was going to be a tough catch for either one of them.
And the Pistons making a change here. Johnson's checked in.
You know, sometimes the best way to attack size is to go right at it.
And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for Detroit?
Fantastic passing. We saw it in the first half, and it's carried over here in the second.
They've really been on fire from beyond the arc tonight, too. I mean, a lot of their points have come from out there.
Here's what Detroit's going with right now. Aaron Baines, he's checked in for Drummond. And it's Caldwell Pope in for Jody Meeks. Now here's Middleton. He's got 13. And the shot is good.
And look at how quick he was to bite on the pump fake. Left his feet way too soon.
Detroit leading by 4. Jackson kicks to Caldwell Pope. It's stolen by Carter Williams. And slam dunk by Henson.
And guys, that's a big swing right there. I mean, taking the steal and then turning it into 2 easy points on the dunk.
No telling how important that sequence could turn out to be.
And guys, in a game this snug, moments like that are the ones we usually look back on at the end as a difference maker. Fellas, I'll tell you, I was really surprised when Michael Carter Williams got traded last season. It's so hard to find point guards with his length and instincts. I mean, you just have to wonder what's going on in Philly.
Monroe dishes to Henson. And they're unable to get the tying basket there. Now Jackson. Johnson, the pass to Jackson. Johnson goes in. Good. Johnson's got 10 points. On the subject of Michael Carter Williams, his assists went up last season. His rebounds went up last season as well. But, Greg, the one thing he can't seem to lock down is his shooting streak.
Yeah, last season hitting just 38% from the field. You expect more out of him at this stage. But remember, this is a young player, and oftentimes your field goal percentage isn't necessarily a reflection of your ability to make shots, but more so your ability to take good ones. So shot selection, I think, plays a role for him as well.
Bucks trail by 6. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time getting the lid off the basket so far.
Middleton on the wing. Out of bounds. Detroit takes possession.
Well, that's inexcusable to throw a pass that far off the mark.
And the Pistons making a change here. Tolliver's checked in. Detroit leading by 6. Here's Jackson. He has 5. They set the pick. Caldwell Pope kicks to Tolliver. Clock at 6. Pulls from the top of the key. Rebound, Milwaukee.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
Plumlee with the screen. Bayless dishes to Parker. Plumlee with a screen on Johnson. Off the pick. And it's slammed in by Plumlee.
Great unspoken communication between teammates leading to the nice assist and the easy score.
Now here's Jackson. D right on him. Out to the right wing. Tolliver, no luck.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
Here's Inglis. No good on the 3. Pistons leading by 4. Here's Johnson. That's in for his 5th make of the night. Now shooting at a 50% clip, 5 for 10.
Wow, the floor just really opened up for him on that possession.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all for good offense, but that was just a terrible reaction from the defense.
Now here's Mayo. Here's Plumlee. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. They might be named after a car part, but the Pistons had a rough go of things on the road. Clark, I had to use that. They just couldn't stay consistent away from home.
They couldn't. Only won 14 road games, and that number is not enough to get you to the playoffs.
And the Bucks making a change here. Copeland's checked in. And Detroit with a change here, too. Brandon Jennings, he's checked in for Jackson. Johnson attacking. And he dunks it down.
You know, he's not your typical NBA center in terms of height, guys, but he plays as big as any of them, thanks to his incredible bounce ability.
And guys, for the Pistons' bad road record, a lot of it was due to their poor start on the road. Only managed to win 1 of their first 9 games, and that tends to take the confidence away from a young team.
Not much the defense can do once he gets to the bucket.
52 seconds left for the 3rd. Jennings wide open. Off the left rim and out.
You know, the last thing I'll say about the Pistons on the road, typically you have to be close to 500 on the road in order to make the playoffs. The Pistons won 7 in a row at one point on the road, but by then they had fallen too far back.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
Clearly a foul. I mean, didn't give him any choice but to blow the whistle. I mean, you got to play without fouling.
And the Bucks arguably were the best story in the Eastern Conference last year. How about going from the bottom of the barrel to a 6th place finish in that Eastern Conference?
And for the Bucks, a lot of their improvement came, Greg, as you're talking about, in their play against the Eastern Conference. They went 30-22, Clark, against the rest of the conference.
A nice step for a young team, but you look at it more closely. Basically, the Bucks beat teams they should have beaten, but you know, Kevin, the good teams do that consistently, so a good step for them.
His shooting has been outstanding. Definitely one of the reasons they're up in this game.
Bayless the pass to Copeland. And Plumlee kicks to Copeland. Goes up and lays it nice and easy.
You got to love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of grinded-out physical game.
That's the kind of look they can continue to go with. Maybe that'll help them create some separation on the scoreboard.
And we've watched 3 so far in this one. Pistons lead by 4. And time to step aside quickly, but we'll be back in no time with the start of the 4th quarter. And thanks for joining us again as the 4th quarter of play is set to get rolling. It's been a close battle to this point. Detroit leading by 4. At the 2 and the 3 are Mayo and Parker. Chris Copeland is out there with Miles Plumlee. And it's Bayless in the point guard position. That's the group for Milwaukee right now. And the shot is good. Bayless has got the first basket as we get going in the 4th for the Bucks. Outside Jennings. Morris a screen. Morris with the screen for Jennings. Now the pass to Meeks. Clock at 4. Here's Drummond. And they force the shot clock violation. Great team.
And those are the kinds of mistakes that are magnified when we're talking about a game down the stretch.
Ilyasova, he's checked in for Detroit. And Bayless kicks to Parker. Puts up the baby hook. Feeds to Bayless. Dishes it to Copeland. And it comes off the front of the rim. The Pistons leading. And the wide open shot from Morris. That falls. Great assist by Brandon Jennings. Jennings has got 9 assists now tonight. Here is Bayless. He's guarded by Jennings. Drummond working against Plumlee. The shot is off. Good D by Drummond. Detroit leading by 4. Up top, Jennings. And O.J. Mayo pulls it down. For Milwaukee, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. Bayless dishes to Mayo. There's the pick. Down low. Here's Copeland. Terrific design on the pick play, and he lays it in.
Those defenders look like they're out of gas. I mean, they're getting pushed around on the low block.
Yeah, but they better rally soon because they've given up 3 straight buckets in the paint.
The offensive rebound. Here's Drummond. Good.
And the rebound and the follow show you what he is all about. Gritty and determined with a soft touch to match.
And Bayless kicks to Plumlee. He feeds it to Copeland. Pass to Parker. He kicks it to Plumlee. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time.
Well, that's inexcusable to throw a pass that far off the mark.
Jackson, he's checked in for Brandon Jennings. Jackson passes to Drummond. And there's the foul. It'll go on Jared Bayless. That's his first foul. And the Pistons with possession here. Here in the fourth, they've allowed just 4 points.
And you can see he just rushed that a little bit. Lost the focus, I think.
He dishes it to Mayo. Up top, Plumlee. And there's the foul. It goes on Ilyasova. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. Here is Bayless. To the paint. Here's Copeland. Good work defensively by Morris.
He's always going to have a difficult time finishing when the defense is in his face like that.
From downtown. Rebound, Milwaukee. Plumlee's got 3 rebounds now in this one. Bayless dishes to Plumlee. There's the feed to Parker. They set the pick. High, arcing shot. They get it back. Shot clock at 5. Milwaukee, no good that time either.
You love the closeout on that possession.
Excellent defense, active, and he made it a very tough shot for him.
Jackson with it. Now Mayo defending. Jackson, that's good.
It's as if the defenses have just given up.
Yeah, you know, the pace has only picked up the deeper we've gotten into this game, which is remarkable. It speaks to the endurance and stamina of these teams, and it's also been a lot of fun to watch.
Shot to stop the drought. Morris outside. Takes the three. And Jackson with the basket on the assist by Morris. Morris has got his third assist on the night.
Man, they came out smoking here from beyond.
And, Greg, as hot as they are from out there, absolutely no reason at all not to just keep letting them fly.
Timeout called the Bucks. Reggie Jackson had made some noise about wanting a big contract to be moved last year. Ultimately, he was traded to Detroit.
Yep, Kevin traded from the Thunder to the Pistons, and it actually happened on deadline day.
Find out what Doris Burke has for us.
Hi, Kevin. Jason Kidd was just going over the plan with his team. They've been getting torched with all these shots from long range, and he simply said, we can't lose track of their shooters, guys. We're over-helping inside, and it's leaving them wide open. Can they make the adjustment, guys?
A platoon swap here for Milwaukee. Middleton on the wing.
Milwaukee timeout. Timeout. Start it.
Timeout called the Bucks.
And if you go back, remember Jackson struggled with the Pistons last year as well. So the team went on a losing streak as soon as he got there. And Jackson will look for a fresh start this season. I mean, hard to play with all the drama and questions going in your head about pending free agency.
Milwaukee with the ball. 9-point game. 2 on the clock. And the shot is good. And that's now 17 points for Chris Middleton.
And he's been the key for their offense with the way he shot the basketball.
Yeah, he's most certainly not the reason they're in a hole. I mean, his percentage has been outstanding.
Passes it to Meeks. Morris into the lane. And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
Punches it down with pop.
Rubs it in. It looks like a little deeper with the hanging finish.
I tell you what, they're not backing off at all, are they?
Carter Williams kicks to Middleton. And it's Henson atop the key. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. Marcus Morris picks one up there.
We've seen Henson playing a good game here. He has 18 points and a block.
And if I had to pick what he's done best today, I'd probably lean towards the offensive performance.
Well, just to be a contrarian, I'm going to go to the other side because he's been just as impressive, I think, at the defensive end. Well, we know prior to last season, the Pistons handed the car keys over to Stan Van Gundy. He had some early hiccups, but overall, I think they're headed in the right direction. He's a proven winning coach in the NBA.
Here's Carter Williams, and that one's good.
Yeah, he earned that one. I mean, taking the hit and still able to get that one to go down.
Incredible, incredible body control right there. Don't know how he was able to get that one to go, but it sure was a thing of beauty to watch.
Well, with Coach Stan Van Gundy, it was a very successful first year in Detroit. He's a guy who's going to build around defense. That's been his M.O.
And Van Gundy has always been a defensive first type guy, Kevin. I mean, the last 30 years, has probably the best defensive efficiency for a career as a coach. And his teams always play with great emphasis on that side of the ball.
Antetokounmpo kicks to Carter Williams. Meeks with the steal. And Jackson with the basket on the assist by Meeks. Meeks got assist number 5 here tonight.
And every once in a while, he'll show up and give you some great moves around the hoop.
That foul gives him 4, so he's got to settle down a bit.
And what a double-double machine Greg Monroe is becoming. Top 6 for power forwards last season, top 5 for centers. And his game is only continuing to evolve.
And so Monroe nails both of them. Well, Greg, the thing about Monroe, we knew he was a prolific scorer and a rebounder when he was a 5-star recruit out of high school. So Clark, this is nothing new for him.
I think what you see, Kevin, is the added muscle coming into play and benefiting him. He's just an average athlete, but being stronger makes him more effective. Boy, he threw out some punishment with that two-hand throwdown.
And Clark, now's the time to do it. Continue to attack that rim.
Here's Henson. Rebounded by the Pistons.
Now, nice work there to contest the finish inside.
You know, they got the shot they wanted, but his defense, deterred them from those plans.
And great effort on the boards, and what a move.
Yeah.
That was, Kevin. You just will not see him ever quit on a play.
That guy is a handful. You've got to have a body on him, Clark, at all times.
And you know what? Sometimes that's not even enough. He'll go around, over, or through you to get to the pumpkin.
Monroe sets a screen for Middleton. Back to Monroe. And it's good. Fought through contact. Hits the shot. He'll go to the free throw line.
You can't afford to give him that kind of a look.
Well, you know, he came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you've got to do a better job of fighting over and through that.
We talk about players who don't get a lot of recognition that probably deserve some. For me, Chris Middleton, Clark.
He's at the top of the list in that regard for me too, Kevin. Really a revelation for the Bucks the last couple of years. He's a really good all-around forward who can do everything well.
And the technical free throw is good.
And Jody Meeks last season, coming off the best effort of his career the year before, signed a big contract with the Pistons. They thought he'd be their designated three-point shooter. Instead, he missed the first 22 games with a back injury and just never really got in sync.
Pistons leading by 5. Jackson kicks to Drummond. And Henson sends it back. And they're able to recover. The Pistons working the ball around now. It's thrown by to Kumbo. And here we go. Fast break. Carter Williams has got the ball. There's the dish to Antetokounmpo. Clock at 6. Pass to Middleton. Kicks it to Henson. And he tries off the glass, but it's no good. Now for Jody Meeks, we were just talking about with Greg last year, Clark. He did have a game where he rained 9 3-pointers on Orlando, just one short of the Pistons' all-time record.
Well, it's all about rhythm for him. I tell you where he finally found some rhythm last month of the season. He shot 57% from the field and 44% from behind the arc.
You know, he was a non-factor in that first half, but now he's making up for lost time.
Carter Williams with it. Guarded now by Jackson. Henson's shot is off.
Boy, that's finishing the defense there. He made a good effort on that possession defensively and then closed it out with the rebound.
Jackson kicks to Ilyasova. The pass to Morris. Right side Jackson. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. It's going to be on Michael Carter Williams.
Talk about great numbers for Jackson. He has 14 points and 7 assists. It's such a benefit to them when he plays this kind of game.
And really unexpected, but invaluable.
You know, they've really improved at the line from the first half. Things have gotten a lot better. They've gotten there a good number of times, and they've converted a high percentage of it.
1:53 left here in the fourth quarter. They really want to find that igniter here.
Yeah, that's right. Kevin, the offense has basically been running in place.
They got to get going. Carter Williams against Jackson. Middleton for three. Morris with the rebound. Morris has got 4 rebounds in this game. Feeds to Meeks. Back to Jackson. Stolen by Henson. Dishes to Carter Williams. Down low. Here's Monroe. Outside Jackson. He feeds it to Ilyasova. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. And the Pistons lead by 11.
And it looks like just playing the last bit of this one out in what should be a nice win here for the Pistons.
They had a fantastic play from the bench.
Yeah, they did. Their depth is really one of their greatest attributes.
And every win important. And this one will go down as win number 3.
And so they win their first game against this squad. It's a 2-game season series, and they'll be going for the sweep the next time they face off.
Yeah, and Greg, when it is just a 2-game season series, the team winning game 1 has that slight mental edge going into the second meeting, knowing they've already solved their opponent one time and only have to do it one more time.
And so many key players that you could point to tonight, but in particular, a great game for Andre Drummond. You can set a tone with defense, and that's exactly what he did with how he protected the rim.
Excellent work offensively to get that shot attempt into a can't-miss area.
Jackson passes to Ilyasova. Back to Jackson. And so it's the Pistons taking care of business here. They came in here and took care of business like they were the home team.
And Kevin, how about the mental toughness that this group showed? They were never rattled at all by the opposing fans.
And that about wraps it up. This is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for tuning in. Now time to send you over to the award-winning Ernie Johnson for the postgame show with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith.